the Golden Bachelorette stars are acting out, and their most shocking scandals, including Pascal describing Chalk Chapel as a stalker in a Glamour interview, are tarnishing the show's legacy. These cast members are older, so viewers might expect maturity. However, the show is proving that older people can behave badly too. They can be clout chasers or rude jerks or crass clowns, just like everyone else. While the Golden Bachelorette is opening minds in a sense, the misdeeds of its cast members may end up turning people off. The Golden Bachelorette seemed so heartfelt at first. Cast members, including Joan, have moving backstories. They've lost partners to cancer or for other reasons. They've faced life after the very worst happened. A lot of people haven't really faced the worst. They haven't stared death in the face, watching treasured loved ones slip away. Yes, that happens to younger people too. But on The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette, many cast members have lost what's most precious. The cast members have lived, and their journeys have featured some wrenching moments. So, when they don't act like adults, it's jarring. As previously mentioned, Pascal decided to verbally attack another suitor, describing Chalk as a stalker. This is a strong term, and Pascal aimed the insult at Chalk because he stayed so close to Joan while they all filmed the show. A real stalker will become obsessed with their victim, thinking about them all the time. They typically go further, establishing patterns of unwanted contact with victims. For example, a stalker might repeatedly call someone, or text them, even using aliases. They might hack a person's devices to gather information, keep tabs on them, and cause trouble. Some stalkers impersonate their victims to try and embarrass them. Stalking is a serious thing and not a term that should be applied to someone who isn't a true stalker. Some real stalkers kill people. Others try to ruin their victims' lives. Rape, identity theft, online smear campaigns. These are the types of things that real stalkers do. Some are violent and some aren't, but all are mean-spirited. As stalking crosses an important boundary, robbing someone of their right to privacy. So, Chalk doesn't deserve this label. It's a dating competition, and he wasn't doing anything wrong by staying close to Joan, even if it creeped Pascal out. What would be wrong is to be told to stay away and not listen. A lot of people were rooting for Mark Anderson on the show. He's The Bachelor season 28 star Kelsey Anderson's father, and she adores him. He's got a warm and cuddly vibe, even though he used to be a military policeman. There's something endearing about Mark that made his star rise. People respond to him, and they have since he appeared during Kelsey's hometown dates with Joey Graziadei. However, Joan didn't fall under his spell. When she eliminated Mark, he probably felt terrible. This man is still pining for the woman he lost, his late wife, Denise Anderson. No one will ever compare, but he is trying to move on. After his wife passed away, Mark raised 5 children on his own. He had so much on his plate. Hopefully, if Mark's cast as the Golden Bachelor, he'll be able to find a better match. Some women might have chosen Mark if they were cast as the Golden Bachelorette, but Joan seems to prefer Chalk's super confident persona to Mark's vulnerability. Chalk is seemingly wealthy. Above, he lounges in a pink blazer that looks pricey, wearing rich guy loafers without socks. This type of look is so Vanity Fair. It's kind of a preppy, moneyed vibe. There's nothing wrong with having money, especially if it's been hard-earned. And Chalk worked hard to earn every penny. That's why he deserves to enjoy any money that he has. However, the fact that he flaunted an expensive property that he was selling online, and generally makes the fact that he has a comfortable lifestyle public, may be drawing Joan in. According to Reality Steve, Joan's rumored to pick Chalk in the final The Golden Bachelorette episode. Is his well-heeled lifestyle the reason why? One never knows for sure. People don't usually advertise such base and greedy motives. However, if Joan is attracted to his money, she definitely wouldn't be the first reality star who's seen dollar signs, and she won't be the last. Pascal is opening up about his experience on the show, and says that he felt pressured to end his relationship with Joan while he was being filmed. He says he feels bad about hurting her so much. After he ended things, she felt unworthy of love, which is really sad. That definitely shows the downside of being on one of these shows. There is a shadow side, where people become truly emotionally invested, and then suffer when their feelings aren't reciprocated. Joan is certainly worthy of love, and it may be good that Pascal's being so honest. Why shouldn't he share his feelings? However, producers may not agree that they pressured him into dumping a woman. It would be highly unusual for producers to own up to this kind of awful behavior. It's something that would likely be concealed if possible, or just denied. Cesar Garcia Chalk always wants to be close to Joan when the cameras roll. Hopefully, if she does choose him, he'll continue to be so smitten with her. However, Some alarm bells are going off in terms of his conduct with her. On the bowling date, which was a group date, Pascal felt like Chalk monopolized all of her time, and Pascal was offended by it. He thought that Chalk was acting like a stalker. Joan seems to disagree. She appears to love the way that Chalk treats her. In the future, once they're more used to one another, all of that may change. If they hit some turbulence, Joan may find that all that closeness with Chalk is cloying. She may find ways to put emotional distance between them. That might be a healthy decision. There's no reason why they should remain together if she isn't happy. Right now, Joan probably interprets Chalk's attentiveness as passionate love. Hopefully, it really is. Mark was spotted with Barbara Woods of One Tree Hill fame on Halloween. Both were dressed in Disney costumes and they looked amazing. He was Prince Charming and she was Cinderella. While they just seem friendly right now, it's quite possible that they're dating. Both were proud to post their photos online for the whole world to see. If Mark's dating Barbara, he moved on very quickly. He basically found someone else as soon as he was off his show. In fact, it almost seems like a publicity stunt, as the Halloween photos came very shortly after his elimination episode. Is Mark doing damage control? Possibly, but then again, it's harmless, right? He can see whomever he chooses. He doesn't belong to Joan or the public. He's his own person and will always be. Mark has endured a lot and shouldn't base his life on what people think of him. Some of them may be worse human beings than he is. Joan recently talked about an embarrassing wardrobe malfunction that left her feeling uncomfortable as she was filmed. It was hot and she was wearing pads under her strapless dress. They were like a bra on each breast. There was a pad that offered support. When the temperature rose, one of the pads began to slip. This sort of underscores the pressure that Joan is under. She's supposed to look perfect at all times and act perfect. No one can eat perfect every day and night. Nobody is. So, anyone who calls her out for her imperfect words, actions and appearance may not be so immaculate themselves. It's just that they don't see themselves clearly. TH's humanizing moment isn't necessarily great for the show because it illustrates how superficial the Golden Bachelorette can be. It's possibly no deeper than any other reality show. Via Bachelor Nation at YouTube, Joan went on a bowling date with Chalk and other men, and he seemed a bit controlling. However, he's rumored to put a ring on her finger. As previously mentioned, if this is the case, Joan may be getting played. His attentiveness could be a ruse, something that will help him to win the game. He might want to be the man who's chosen, but not really love his partner. Such is the danger of filming this kind of show. Only time will tell if Joan chooses well. She could fumble and end up divorced like Jerry and Teresa. In terms of her choice, she could throw a gutter ball and strike out. So, it's easy to wish the Golden Bachelorette star well. However, the odds of finding true love at her age aren't strong.